Welcome to Foodable Web TV and Rock My Restaurant. As always, I'm with my famous co-host here, Bill Bender.
No, you're the famous one, buddy. This is our fourth season of Rock My Restaurant. Let's just jump into it. You know, right now, the season we're going to begin to look at different models for restaurants. You could have a fast casual model, you could have a casual dining model, you could have something else, or a quick service restaurant. But really, what we're looking at is how do you set up a model correctly?
We have Owen Slaughter with Franke. Owen, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background?
Sure, absolutely. So first of all, thank you all for having me along for this episode. You know, again, with Franke, been with Franke for a few years now, and particularly as we're looking at food trends change a little bit. You know, everybody was for a while thinking about how quickly can I get something turned out, less of a focus on the quality of the product, quality of the ingredient, and now, particularly as younger folks are growing up and starting to become more and more aware of what their food is, where it comes from, they're starting to demand a difference at the food service level of the actual ingredient. And so as that shifted, we start to look for these types of opportunities to say, now how does the technology need to change to support this growing demand for more honest food? So the air purification system is what we have featured here. Okay. And we're very excited about that because it's one of the products that we have that's utilizing ozone-based technology. It actually goes into the walk-in cooler and it sanitizes the air by pulling the air into the APS unit, utilizes ozone, scrubs the air of pretty much anything carbon-based, mold, bacteria, viruses, and ethylene gas. What that ultimately means for the operator is that they now can bring in fresh produce and not have to be worried about as much the delivery surcharges with having to take smaller delivery loads, right, or the astronomical cost of throwing out unused, spoiled produce. We're also doing things for the ice machine as well with ozone technology.
Okay.
Instead of using aqueous or gaseous ozone, we're using aqueous ozone to sanitize the ice machine. And that kind of shifts over to our beverage segment. We start to look at ice as food, but also in our beverages, we have our Beacon Craft Brewer. So obviously this more of a demand and more of a request for really this tailored beverage experience.
You guys also do stainless steel product and things for QSR, am I correct?
Yeah, absolutely. What we've done is we've said we want to create a custom and unique experience for you, Mr. QSR operator, by creating stainless steel solutions that meet your unique needs. So we do not do anything off the shelf. It's always looking at how are you utilizing your space? How are you utilizing your talents and your systems of operations? Now, how do we make the piece and the solution to meet that? Yeah, there's a lot of different ways that you can take a less innovative approach that might seem more affordable on the front end. But if you actually sit back and take a look at that, what am I saving in terms of steps to make this sandwich? What am I saving in terms of throwing out produce versus being able to save produce? What's my overall environmental impact? We haven't even really discussed how many delivery charges you're having to get, what that environmental impact is. So,
so that works into sustainability and all the green movement.
Yeah.
Whenever you're smarter with it, whenever you're more efficient with it, whenever you're more forward thinking with it, you're going to have overall just a less impact on your bottom line and a less impact on the environment. Absolutely.
Right. Well, thank you for joining us for the interview. We appreciate your feedback and your explanation of all your products, and thank you.
Excellent. Guys, thank you for having me.
Thank you, Owen. Thank you very much.
In this segment, we now welcome Corinne Ward with the Perlick Company. Hello, Corinne.
Good morning.
Can you give us a little bit of your background and the background of the company you work for?
Well, first of all, I'm a regional sales manager for Perlick. I've been there for just about 5 years. Since the beginning of time, we've been making brewery equipment as well as we moved into the bar and beverage dispensing equipment also.
Okay. You basically manufacture underbar equipment, beverage, wine on tap now. What are some of the trends you're seeing from your end as a manufacturer in the beverage industry right now?
There's a couple key trends out there. First and foremost is cocktails. Cocktails, hard liquors are absolutely on the rise. And so, in particular, using fresh ingredients to make really great cocktails. Okay. And so it's really important for, just like a chef needs to have a mise en place station, a bartender actually needs the same thing. They need to have all their tools lined up and organized. They need to have all their ingredients right there at arm's length, and they need to have everything they need right in front of them so that they're able to make their cocktails not only correctly but quickly, because time is money.
Absolutely, and that's the product that you actually have shown here at the Innovation Showcase.
Yes.
Can you explain a little bit about that? I know there's kind of a cool story behind that.
Yeah, that's we call that the Tobin Ellis Signature Cocktail Station. That's absolutely going into a cocktail-heavy environment. So that would be a nightclub, that would be a very nice hotel lobby bar, places like that where they're expecting to make a lot of cocktails.
Sure.
We've really fast forwarded now where there's so many more ingredients that are available and have to be designed into a bar program.
Right.
And we have to improve the quality of all the different types of drinks because there's so many more now.
Absolutely, and so I'm going to start with what you're talking about, garnishes and things like that. The critical thing with garnishes is that they're very fresh, and especially with citrus fruit in adult beverages, you need to maintain that essential oil that's in the skin of citrus. The only way that one can do that is to keep it refrigerated and to keep it sealed. A lot of bars and restaurants are making their own bitters. They're creating their own vermouths. Vermouth is a fortified wine. It needs to stay refrigerated. You should never put that in a speed rail. And so having a refrigerated drawer set up like what we've got with the Tobin Ellis Cocktail Station is great because it's right there. It's just simply to the left. The bartender has to take half a step, pulls out that front top drawer. It's got all of your garnishes, your herbs, etc. right there, so he's able to pull out everything he needs. The bottom drawer is for taller bottles, great for, like I said, things like fresh squeezed lime juice, vermouth, those types of things.
We have some viewers right now that might be opening their very first bar, right? So tell us a little bit more about that, could you?
Well, you definitely don't want the bar to ever be an afterthought in your design, because as we like to say at Perlick, there's more profit poured at the bar than cooked in the kitchen.
Well, thank you for joining us, Corinne. We appreciate
Thanks,
your time.
guys.
Thank you for being
Appreciate
with us. And thanks for all your volunteer work for FCSI.
Well, cheers, and I look forward to having a drink with you later.
All right,
Very
sounds
good.
good. Thanks.